Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about a TV show that had a very interesting sort of take on children's education in terms of the human body and anatomy, which was, I think, very misguided, even with the best of intentions, still extremely misguided. Before we get into that though, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is Harry's. Harry's is a razor manufacturer that believe that every person deserves world-class quality for a fair price. As a woman, I've often grown frustrated at the high price for razors that simply don't have the craftsmanship, simple design, and modern convenience that Harry's offers. Harry's not only delivers to your door, but also offers a 100% money-back guarantee. They also support mental care by donating to organizations. Plus, Harry's just came out with their sharpest blades ever, and they didn't raise the price. Their new sharper blades are still as low as $2 each. Harry's sent me the starter set, which includes a weighted handle with a textured rubber grip, a 5-blade razor cartridge, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect your blades when you're on the move. Harry's currently has an awesome deal on their trial set. You get everything you need for a close, comfortable shave, and you'll be supporting my channel by signing up. Redeem your trial for just $3 when you click the link in my description. Again, to join the 10 million people who tried Harry's and redeem your offer, click the link in my description. Alright, so here we go. Danish TV show that pairs kids and naked adults slammed as depraved. I mean, yeah, it does sound pretty depraved being explained this way. However, if you wanted an explanation that's more comforting, I'm not here to give you that. It says, on one TV show, the truth is actually naked. In Denmark, an award-winning television program called Ultra Strips Down puts nude adults in front of school-age children. The series allows its young participants ages 11 to 13 to ask the grown-up volunteers whatever questions are on their minds in order to promote body positivity and combat body shaming, according to the New York Times. Despite Denmark's relatively permissive attitude towards nudity and its well-intentioned mission, the show, now in its second season on a channel called DR Ultra, has sparked backlash. One politician even said it is depraving our children. I can see what they were going for. Like, I can see the intention, being optimistic that the intention isn't straight up depraved. I can see that the intention was to open up a discussion so kids can ask questions about the human body. That conversation could be had, first of all, in a classroom, where those conversations should be had, where questions about human anatomy and bodily functions should be discussed so children know. But it's like, what's wrong with using a diagram? I just don't understand why it has to be human adult people who could very well be pedophiles, mind you. So you're exposing these children to adults they don't know. Like, generally speaking, that should never be done, let alone in a context where those adults are naked. What's wrong with a diagram? Like, I don't understand. Is that not allowed anymore? Or there just has to be a safe place for children to do this and not be potentially preyed upon by, really strangers. Like, do they background check these people? And even if they do background check these naked people who want to stand naked in front of children, which is also an interesting concept to say the least, it's just like, even if they don't have any criminal record or anything, like, you don't know what intentions these people have. I don't understand, like, how nobody thought, hey, this might not be received well. A recent episode, which focused on skin and hair, placed students from Copenhagen's Årstad School in the company of 5 buck-naked adults. The series creators want to challenge the idea that there are perfect body types. Again, you don't need naked adults to have that discussion. You can have a discussion about body types using diagrams or pictures of clothed people, or people even in swimwear. That's less weird and creepy because that's something a child will see by going to the beach or the pool or whatever. But naked, it's like, why does that have to be a thing you need to show? And the thing is, like, again, even if you didn't want to show a picture of a naked human in order to display to children what the body looks like instead of diagrams, let's say, there's still a better way to do it than in this context. I think if it's in a classroom with, a teacher who knows how to explain these things in a way that's digestible for children, that would still be a different discussion. But this just feels, I just think that for this show, they likely are more interested in the outrage it would cause and the publicity it would cause rather than the children's safety or education? Because if not, there are better ways to do this, and I'm pretty sure most of us can agree that this is not the ideal way to have a conversation about bodies, body positivity, bodily functions, anatomy, and all of that. At what age did you grow hair on the lower part of your body, one kid asked, per the Times, while another queried, do you consider removing your tattoos? A third participant went deeper. Are you pleased with your private parts? One of the adults, named Martin, responded he'd never had negative thoughts about them. Another man, also named Martin, said he worried about the size of his privates when he was younger, but the relationship with myself has changed over time, he added. These are questions that I think should be suited for classrooms in an educational context. I don't know what it is, but this kind of conversational context doesn't make me feel like they're really learning things. Like, these are all anecdotal things that they could read about. They could send in questions to adults and the adults would respond, but none of this had to be done naked. Like, that's why I don't think it's for the purpose of education, because it's just for the shock value of it. Because this, again, it could just have been executed differently. Despite the show's popularity in Denmark, a nation where nudity isn't as taboo or as sensitive as it can be in other parts of the world, it still has attracted criticism. A leading member of the right-wing Danish People's Party, Peter Skar, reportedly claimed the show is far too early for children and even depraving them. He told a Danish tabloid that kids already have many things running around in their heads. Viewers have vented their frustration beneath a clip of the show posted on DR Ultra's Facebook page. While a number of commenters voiced their support, others stood in clear opposition to the series' central concept, exposing children to naked adult bodies. "Fuck, this is disgusting," wrote one woman to a translation, while another said, "Would you please remove that shit? You're out in deep water." To the latter, the channel responded, "What a comment. It's educational TV for kids and families who can have a healthy talk about what bodies look like." That's one thing that I don't like about a lot of these narratives is, first of all, it's kind of similar to what happened with the Cuties thing, that people were assuming that I was American because I didn't support the Cuties film. I'm not going to get into that conversation again, but this isn't a question of being prude or being very sexually open. I think it's a question of deciding how to educate and how to execute material in a way that is healthy and safe for young children. So it's not a question about being pro-nudity or against nudity. It really has nothing to do with where you stand as much as let's even look at it on a basic educational standpoint. I don't think this is really information as much as it's anecdotal stuff, which could be valuable, granted, but if you want to talk about information about bodies, the best way to do it would be to, if there's an expert that covers all of the above, like anatomy, body positivity, like, or multiple experts, bring them to a classroom and have children ask actual experts these questions being fully clothed. Like, why did it have to go to that extent? Like, there are multiple other ways where I think children would learn the information, but not at the expense of their own safety or their own well-being, because I'm sure some children don't want to see that. Like, personally, I would not want to see that. And as a child, even now, I don't want to see that, but especially as a child, I would be very uncomfortable in that kind of context. So even mental health wise, I don't know, how the children will take it, because certainly there are going to be people who don't want to see that or who would rather ask questions in a classroom. So overall, I can kind of see what the concept was. I just don't think it went in the right way with execution. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and let's get right into the fan art.